Hello, 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 everyone. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So, who's online? Thomas, natürlich. Hendrik, nice to see you. Hallöchen. Ich hatte mitbekommen, dass ihr auf Twitch streamen wolltet, habe die ersten Streams aber leider verpasst. Hendrik, du kannst sie dir nochmal angucken, die sind nämlich hochgeladen. Das geht dann zumindest mal auch nachträglich. Okay, then Freddy is here. Hi. Dan is also here. Hi as well. And I still don't know how to pronounce it. Toktilas Anti. I have no clue. But anyway, hi. And Kukik as well. Yeah, so today Max is here. Da-da-da-da.
Ta-da.
Okay. Yeah. As you might have heard, today's songs are You Belong to Me and Rising of the Sun. So if you have any questions to You Belong to Me, first of all, then please put them into the chat so we can react. Otherwise, we'll just begin talking because there's a lot of stuff to talk about concerning You Belong to Me. Yeah. A lot of stuff right here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, first of all, just to be correct, there's a trigger warning for toxic relationships. So if you do not want to listen to this, then you might want to mute this. Yeah, Maria is here. Hi. Yeah, so as you all know or might have heard, this is a duet with Danny Meyer, who is the singer and guitar player of Oversense, and also with the choir Stimmgewalt, which is also in another song, which will Max tell us. So we have it on another song as well.
The other song is Falling for the Stars.
Falling Stars, yeah, exactly.
Falling
And
Stars.
this is longest song actually, with, let me see, 7 minutes 36 seconds. So this is really a longest song. And I was like, we need to do a video for this. And everyone was like, you are crazy. And I was like, nope. But more to
7-minute video, yeah.
Yeah, everyone was like, you're completely crazy. And I was like, no, we need to do this. I have this idea in mind and we need to do the video for this. Carlos, hi. Just in time, yes. Yeah, as well, we hope everybody's well, that everybody's doing fine. Yeah. So as for the fairy tale of You Belong to Me, this is not a specific fairy tale, although there are some people that said it reminds them of Beauty and the Beast, which was not actually what I had in mind when writing the lyrics, but maybe this fits for you. I don't know, it's up to your interpretation. But my idea when texting was not a specific fairy tale, but rather the ending of many fairy tales, which is, and they lived happily ever after, which is in, I don't know, Snow White or Sleeping Beauty or whatever, in any fairy tale where there is a prince and a princess, and then they look at each other for like 1 minute, and then they say, okay, let's just marry right away. That's it. Yeah. And I thought, is that really the case if you do not know a person and you marry right away, then everything will be fine? I doubt it. We doubt it. So this is the idea roughly behind You Belong to Me. And yeah, it's basically a toxic relationship, as many of you wrote on YouTube or wherever. That's the idea behind, so that it goes on not like in a fairy tale-ish way, but rather in a toxic relationship where the prince is dominating and the princess is between between I want to stay and I want to leave, because I want to stay because I think something will change in the end, and then I want to leave because this is really toxic to me and I can't bear the situation. So that's basically it. Yeah, the very first idea was actually born in our rehearsal room. Do you remember, Max, when we had the very first idea? Long ago.
No. Yeah, long ago. No, I don't know.
Well, I remember it was like Chris was playing the guitar riff, and then you were introducing the drums, and then there was also the bass line.
That's how every song will create it, I think. Yeah.
Not
But
every
You Belong
song,
to Me. Yeah,
but yeah.
it was a little bit specific because it's in the beginning it was a very slow thing we created, and everyone thought it must be faster, if you remember.
No, but
Because
I trust you.
because the feeling in the drum groove is really slow, and
Uh,
so
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
always said
Yeah.
it must be a faster song. It must be faster because it's maybe I'm tired, and yeah, you know.
Okay, maybe I don't remember because it's
but
always me
but
who
yeah,
says it must be faster. It's too slow. Let's just more BPM.
yeah, but in the end we found the conclusion, and that was
Yeah.
the right tempo.
It's actually 189 BPM if you ever wanted to know. So here we are. 190 was too fast and 188 was too slow. So we decided on. So we're
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, but basically, yeah, this very song was created or the very first draft was created in our rehearsal room, which is not actually always the case. But in this song "If You Belong to Me" it was the case. So we had this snippet of our very first idea, and then I took it home to work on in Cubase. Yeah, and then it developed, and I'll say something more about this later on when we watch the video together with comments. Yeah, and then there was Danny coming in, whom I actually asked before the song was even written to do a duet with us or with me, because we played together in Hamburg together with, what was the other band? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Oversense and Thomas, hilf uns.
Yeah. I don't know. I know the drummer. I talked to him every 2-3 weeks, but the band I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember. Maybe someone can help us.
Yeah, I
Silent
didn't heard
Saga, yes, thank you. Silent
Silent
Saga.
Saga. Yeah, but I didn't heard anything of them after the gig anymore. I don't know if they exist anymore, or
We would need to look this up.
I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that was basically the gig we had together, and yeah, straight after the show, I was like, Danny, will you do a duet with me? And he was like, yes, because I was like, that's such a great voice, and I really love the style that he's doing, or the style in which he's singing, and it's unique, and everything's great about it. And I was like, yeah, we totally need to do this. Yeah, and then You Belong to Me began to evolve, and that was just the right part for him. So he was in. And then also the choir Stimmgewalt was in. There was actually a suggestion from Jan from Stimmgewalt, who was in the choir, then left, and was in the choir again. It's kind of complicated, but anyway, so he suggested to do the choir parts, even before I knew there would be a choir part in it. But yeah, then I came back to his idea, and yeah, so that was why Stimmgewalt is on 2 songs. Yeah, and then the recordings were done by Stimmgewalt when they just received the notes, basically, I did for the choir. So they recorded in Berlin, as they did for Falling Stars as well. Yeah, what was else? Yeah, then they just sent it to the studio. And then he was actually recording in his own studio, so I drove to his Sunway Studios, if you want to look it up. So we recorded his vocals. So basically, I was just giving advice, like a bit more of this, bit more of that, bit less of this, bit less of that. You know, kind of. I'm perfectionist, so I always have some comments. And yeah, and I was also doing the vocals for their song Faith, if you want to have a look at that or want to listen to that better. I'll just quickly put the link into the chat. So that's the song where I'm featured as well. So we just did two songs on one day. And yeah. And while we were doing this, we had the idea, let's just, we did this some weeks beforehand, probably because Danny had to practice. Yeah. So some weeks before I said, okay, let's just do an acoustic teaser. So basically the album was planned for 2020, and we did the recordings beforehand, and then we did an acoustic teaser, which we will have a look at if you have never seen it. Where is it? Here we go. Hello? Oh, hold on. There's a link missing. Oh no, where's my link? Okay. Just wait for another 20 minutes. Why aren't you here? No? Link's missing? Why is the link missing? Where is it? Where is everything? Ah, yeah, here we go. So here we go for the acoustic teaser. So this was basically one take. So yeah, that was that. And if you want to rewatch it, I've just posted the link in the chat room. Maybe Max will have a look at the chat while I'm working on that music video, which is not shown as well. So who's talking what in the chat? Max, have a look.
Yeah, yeah, Thomas is flooding the chat.
Why though?
Yeah, come on, the original song was one take as well. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, for sure. Woods of Wonders is here.
Ah, hi.
Lyric-wise, You Belong to Me is one of the best songs I've ever heard. Drum-wise, this is the best song, I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, let's see some yeah, Werbung.
Yeah, I just needed to blend
it.
Yeah, just a few moments later, we have fixed this problem. So yeah, and as you all know, we have not a lyric video. We have a music video for this. You've probably all watched it, but you do not know the behind the songs and everything and all the information that is in. So this is why we're gonna watch it step by step now. Not the whole 7 minutes, but I'll try to skip as fast and precisely as I can. So let's have a look if I completely fail or if I can do this. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Hendrik. You chose the perfect song for the music video. Yes, even though it's so long, I think there was the right choice. The music video was made by Eulenherz Artwork. She also did, or they also did, something else for us, which you see in the background. Max, this is, oh, sorry. This is a promo photography. So this is what they did as well for us. Yeah, and I think maybe Max can tell us a bit about the video shot itself, so the atmosphere or the workflow. I don't know. What do you want to add?
First of all, the location was in Mahlsfeld. It's near Kassel in Germany.
Yeah.
And it's an old brewery, and some buildings are used by the German Post. But
I remember the brewery. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a brewery. Yeah, and it's led by old woman and her son, and there's nobody in these buildings. So at the moment when we did the video shot, we were 3 days,
Yeah,
Friday
today.
to Sunday, to Sunday, and
Friday evening, in
yeah,
fact, yeah.
yeah, and we used the old post building for our video shot. There was one room, and in this room there was an oven, kamin. I don't know.
Yeah, and just a
yeah,
chimney, probably.
chimney. Yeah, and some old windows and such things. So we thought, okay, this would be the room where we will do this video.
Yeah, the only
And
one
also,
available actually, because it was
yeah, so
everything
only one
else was
available.
in this
I
villa.
remember in the evening on Friday when we arrived. First we go through this building in the first and second floor with our handy lights,
Yeah,
mobile phone lights, and
yeah.
explored the building. That
That's it.
was a little adventure.
Yeah, so it was basically they wanted to make everything new, and in this case, we had the chance to use the old tapestry and everything. So before there was the renovation going on, so probably it doesn't look the same nowadays. I don't know if they've already done it. And yeah, there's a screen chimney, and in the end, we didn't do any shot, or we did shots before this, but it just looked kind of weird, so we left it out. But yeah, there's this green chimney in this. You might have seen it when you have a look at my Instagram post. There's I think on the 5th page, there's this chimney and the whole room you can have a look at. So yeah, that was kind of the area where there are huge and many buildings, but there's no one living there besides this old woman and her son. So, or the family actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe before we did a plan, Uli did a plan where everyone would be shot for this video and which scenes and what to do. And so on Saturday in the morning, we stayed up at 6, 7, I think. Yeah.
Very early.
And very early, and we wanted to start at 9, I think. And yeah, so the first thing we did was to cancel this plan by Uli because everything was otherwise than it should be, and so yeah, maybe I think we wanted to start with the drums, and we did the drums in the end of the end.
In the very end. So
the
like
very end.
how long did we take to did it take us to record the drums?
The drums was not long. It's
yeah, but when was it? Wasn't it at night?
It was at night at I think 1 or 2 o'clock at night. So we ended it at 2:30.
So imagine someone playing the drums in the middle of the night. So yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning to us. So it was crazy. It was such a long day, and the film crew was also really tired, but they did their very best. So yeah, but it was in the middle of the night, and we were happy that there were no neighbors at all, because otherwise we have had I don't know the English expression Ordnungsamt. So there would have been the police around and saying, "What the hell?"
Yeah, but in the end, I think it was a very productive day.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you know you have to start when you have to start you move the lights, and you have to stay up the cameras and things. So the preparation for shooting a video is very high. Yeah, you need expensive materials, and everything has to be tested before you can start to shoot, and then you think you have it, and then you see, oh no, there's something not good, and then you have to change everything again.
Yeah. So basically, in the end, the story stayed the same, or the idea of the story stayed the same, but the schedule was completely mixed and back and forth, and I don't know. We just in between we had the idea of dressing me and Danny up with the white clothing, or the the wedding dress actually, and then change everything to the black style, and then change back because otherwise there would have been a problem with the drums. But and then change back to the wedding dress. So 3 times, which was actually crazy. And then we decided to skip that and just do 2 shots, and that was enough in the end. But yeah, that was kind of crazy, and we mixed everything up, and yeah, but it was good that we didn't have any neighbors again, so we could do the drums in the ending.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have functioned. So yeah, there's another fun fact. You will not see this, but we didn't show any pictures, but we can tell you probably. Because there were radiators in the background, which couldn't be covered by any blanket or anything, which would have looked a bit, which wouldn't have looked nice. We were looking for a workaround, and we actually were standing on boxes, shaky boxes. Max was excluded, but everyone was like cursing around because these boxes were so shaky.
Yeah, it was a case for lightning, a lightning case. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
there
it.
are walls on it, and the walls have scaffold. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy to perform in it because you went kind of seasick in the end. But yeah, we did our very best, and you do not see it in the video, but we suffered for you. You see, we really suffered on these shaky boxes. Yeah, that's the point, basically. And yeah, I would just suggest let's have a look at the chat and then probably just go through the video. Max, are there any new comments?
Yeah, not so much. A good practice recording space is important. My mate's band Sanguine hired a soundproof shed away from people. Yeah. So so we can train this, and that's like our shooting room. There are no people, and only the old woman. Only the old woman.
Yeah. Which was really nice, by the way. She was so nice, and she was so grateful that we will use this location for the video and everything. Yeah, and hola a todos. Hola desde Alemania. So yeah, I won't see any comments now. So Max is.
Oh, Hendrik's asking if the old woman likes our music.
Yes, she did actually. I talked to her. She didn't even recognize me. She was like, "Okay, then." And by the way, this Ulli, I like her singing, and also the drums and the instruments and everything. That was like, and that is me. Oh, I thought you were the manager or something, because I had a ponytail and everything, and I was like just dressed up in normal clothing, and she didn't even recognize me. That was kind of funny. And she had the overview over the crowdfunding and everything, and she was like watching and all the fairy tales, and that's so cool. She was like, I don't know, 70, 80, and she was such a great woman. Yeah, so that was really cool, and they provided warmth and everything, so from the chimney, and they were really great. So yeah, let's switch to the video. I hope this is not too loud and not too to anything. If there's something bothering you, then just tell me. Yeah, let's start and have a look at this beautiful swinging bass string at this moment. Isn't it cool? And this running scene was a must-have by Eulenherz artwork, because she said, I want to have this running scene, you need to run in this wedding dress. Yeah, that was her must-have. Yeah, let's have a quick stop here. So by the way, this wedding dress is actually my real wedding dress. So this was the one I was wearing when I married my husband. And he was actually, when I was looking for clothing, he was like, why don't you just use it? Because we already have it. Why don't you just use our clothing? You can use your wedding dress. You can use my suit for Danny. And it kind of fit. So it was actually a bit too small for Danny, but he managed to put his own shirt underneath and trousers. So he basically put the jacket on. And yeah, but these are original wedding clothes. So yeah. And I was also happy to wear them. And also when my mom saw it, she was like, "Oh, that's your wedding dress. I recognized it." So it was kind of funny. Yeah, that's a fun fact for you, so you know. Yeah, and let's have a look. Yeah, this whispering scene. That was one. That one. This "You Belong to Me" scene. There was a scene I had precisely in mind, and I described it to Eulenherz, and I was like, we need to have it like this because he's whispering in the song, and I want it to be just creepy, and you need to have goosebumps. And it turned out exactly as I wanted it to be. That was really cool. Yeah. Let's just skip because I don't want to watch the whole video, but in the end, the parts where I have some comments too. Yeah, there is a church tower in the background. If you have a look. And this. Hold on. Yeah, here. So this church tower was just there by chance, which was really cool because it fits the lyrics so well. Because you have the jolly sound of chiming bells, where has it gone? Which actually means that she is unhappy in her marriage with the prince, because you married him right away. You remember everything went like they got to know each other 5 minutes and then let's just marry. And this is why there's the jolly sound of chiming bells. And she asks herself, where has it gone? So where has the happiness gone? Yeah, and then we also have this image of the bird trapped in a cage, which is also a metaphor. And this very cage, let me have a look if you see it. I need to hold it like this. This is actually my. I'm gone. Help me.
Ulli is trapped in the cage. Yeah.
I'm trapped in the cage. Help me.
Yeah, we can imagine. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Sometimes
Kind
it
of
shines.
okay,
Yeah.
so sometimes it shines through. This is here we go. Now, if I hold it like this, so this is basically in the living room now as a decoration. Yeah. So that is this one you see right here in a second. Yeah, bird trapped in a cage. So this is this very cage. Then you need to hold on for a second because my cat is annoying again. Hold on. Be right back.
Yeah. Bye bye. Where is she gone? Ulli. Yeah, I've seen that Empty Combos 1765's birthday today. We have a birthday kid in our chat room.
Whose birthday?
We have a birthday kid in our chat room. Empty Combos.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. So hope you have a nice Sunday. I am in the cat's house. Yes, I am probably disturbing her. It's almost like she feels when she needs to annoy. Anyway, I've thrown her out to go wherever she wants to. Yeah, then let's quickly go on to the next part, which will be yeah, the entrance door. Have a look at the entrance door. It's actually from another house. So this is not the location where we filmed the interior, but it's another house which was like a kilometer away, which we saw by chance, and we were like, just okay, let's use this. This is cooler. And then we filmed it over there. Yeah, so all the film magic gone right now. But yeah, you need to take what you see or what you get. But it was in the same village actually, so just nearby. Let's go on with the video. This mirror is actually also from my living room. So here we have the props. Everything's over here. And also the scene with the mirror. I'll quickly show you. So this is the part where we're singing together. It was shot in a very narrow corner because the room, I actually looked up because I was looking for the location. The room was smaller than expected, so the film team wanted to have the size and videos and everything, so they knew that it was going to work. And it was too small all in all, so we had to switch schedule and everything, as we said beforehand. And yeah, we wanted to do this filming on another wall, which didn't work because of the radiators, blah, blah, blah. And then we squeezed into this very near corner. This is why we have this very close up here. But I think it fits well, actually. So, yeah. Yeah, and Danny's instruction was play a mean, greedy, and lascivious character. And he was like, okay, everything as always. I had to laugh about this. No, but he did really well. It was really great to work with him. We're both not actors, actually. We can play one role, I think. So he's always the mean guy, and I can do this suffering kind of thing. That's okay. But we're not actors, actually. We just act for music videos. But it worked. So it was quite fun to work with him in this music video, and he did well. Yeah, and another thing we always, or not always, but some people commented on this on YouTube or wherever, that this duet reminds them of Dark Sarah, Dance with the Dragon, and they say this is kind of reminding them of this song. And actually, it was on our list of inspiration. So it is, in fact, an inspiration. Because we love the chemistry in that video, because there's also this duet and they have a great chemistry together. It's like you have goosebumps when you watch them, and I was like, I want this too in this very video we do, to have this feeling, these close-ups, especially to have this facial expression, to have these emotions in there. So many close-ups, many emotions in there, so you really feel it and are drawn into. Yeah, that was an inspiration, actually. So it's kind of cool that you really get the link in this case. It's not a copy, I think, I hope at least, but it was an inspiration. So you are right. What's Hendrik saying? It looks like the Standesamt where I married. Cool. It wasn't, though. Yeah. Okay, then let's just have a quick jump to a drum scene I love very much. So this is 3:14. Hold on, because I love this shot. It's my favorite drum shot of the whole video. So this one coming right now. So this whoosh. Max did well.
Okay.
You didn't know that,
I did this? I did this?
Yes. You were filmed doing this, at least.
I can't remember.
Yeah. No, but I love this whoosh when filming. That was quite cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, when we were shot, you might have noticed that in these wedding dress scenes, or in the story scenes, basically in the story scenes, Danny and I are shot together, but not in the performing scenes, where the intention is that we wanted to show the characters' emotional distance to each other, because basically they are a married couple, but then there's this emotional distance and these problems they have, or which is portrayed. And this is this emotional distance behind the facade, which is shown by not being together in the performing scenes. So that is why. And also, yeah, some comments on the bridge. Let's have a look at that. 416. Yeah, the bridge part when there's the riff with da 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 da. So there was the that's the riff Chris is playing, and that was he invented this when he went through a sad and emotional moment in his life. So this is why this heavy tone is in there, or this heavy feeling. This is basically this part, if you listen to it. So that's what he introduced basically, and then I came up with this repeating "Close your eyes to this disaster, they lived happily ever after." Also, this that's the very last sentence of these fairy tales, and they lived happily ever after. So I wanted it. It was a must in this song to have it in. Also a must for our film team was the Michael Bay 360 shot, which is over here for... it's coming right away, so let's just watch until this shot comes. Symbol. I love these shots. So you get the point. This, yeah. So this is this 360 degrees shot, which we prepared for a long time actually, because there were some disturbing factors in the background. So we had exactly one point where we had to stand, and then also Danny was really suffering because he's taller than I am, and yeah, so he had to not kneel down, but anyway to move his legs aside, so he was kind of my my size, and he was suffering a bit, I suppose. So at least he was complaining, but anyway, then we have almost the same height, so it works for this 360 degree shot. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a question, how tall are you, Uli? How tall are you and how tall is Danny?
How tall are you, Hendrik? Wieso in Anführungszeichen? Ich bin voll groß, ey. Ist voll gemein. I'm 1 meter and 63, so I'm a hobbit, actually, yeah. I know that. But, yeah, and I don't know how tall he is. He's taller, definitely.
Yeah.
I have no clue. Maybe 180 or something. I don't know. Without high heels, Uli, I don't even wear high heels. It's too uncomfortable.
Yeah, Uli, one point to the Michael Bay 360 shot. We forget the explosions.
Ah, damn it! Forgot the explosions. Yeah. What's wrong with us? I'm taller than Zora, am I? Oh. They're so mean in the comment section. 163, but what a voice. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. You just asked her, okay. Yeah, I didn't even remember. Yeah, she's kind of my
smaller hobbit
anyway.
Than you.
Yeah. I'm a hobbit, but I don't have hairy feet. Now you know. Okay. Yeah. The close your eyes shot, not the shot, but the song part would have actually been the end of the song, and then there would have been the last chorus. But something kind of felt strange to that. It was like, okay, then just repeat. It was just not fitting the storyline, and we were like, okay, we need something else. And I was just experimenting and was playing around, and then along came the idea of a completely different final part, actually. So it's not a repetition of anything we had before, but it's a completely new part. And then also there was the idea of have this epic ending of the choir being introduced and everything. So I love it very much this way. And also, if you will attend a gig of ours, then you will probably have the chance of singing along, because it's a nice part to sing along in the end. But yeah, we haven't had the chance to play this on stage actually, because you know what, the COVID topic. But yeah, if we finally come on stage again, then you will have the chance to sing along. So be prepared, learn the lyrics. Okay. Okay, another fun fact: at 5:22, when we are arguing in this moment, Danny and I. So the thing is, actually, that was the very first shot we did. And it was kind of awkward because, as I said, we are not actors. We just do this for music videos, so we are not experienced that much. And we didn't work together beforehand. And it was like, okay, now do this emotional shot right away and go. And we were like, what are we going to do? It was just awkward. And then we had this take, which was the best of the worst, probably. So the others one were just like, I was falling down, we were laughing, I don't know what, but yeah, in the end this was the shot that went okay, but I think it was the only one that was okay. And yeah, the princess in this very short is between I'm suffering and I cannot leave him, because maybe everything will get better. So she's actually apologizing, and then the prince doesn't want to hear about it, and he rejects her completely. It just throws her off. And also there's the moment, it's beautifully done by Eulenherz, where I breathe out in the song, and I also breathe out in the video, which was by chance or by accident, whatever you want to call it. So this moment, the body expression of breathing out, and then she captured it beautifully. Yeah, and you also see the piano here. That was part of the room, actually. So this is an old piano which was standing there in the very room we filmed in, and Danny was actually asked to practice and play this for the video, which I cannot play myself, to be honest, because it's done in Cubase. I cannot even play this line myself, but he needed to practice it. Yeah, and then when at 5:55 here, yeah, the scene that comes is basically the princess who finally wants to leave, but then the prince forces her to stay with him. So that's what you see here. It's a bit short, but anyway. And then this whoa 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 part begins. And then you have also these parts where I'm screaming. So for example, this one. And this one again. And the fact is, I was actually screaming full voice because I really wanted to look authentic, and it was really, really loud, and it was quite late in the evening, and I was, again, very happy that there weren't any neighbors, because it was really loud, and Danny was like, okay, I can't hear anything anymore because you screamed the hell out of me. They were all like, what's wrong with you? It was like, no, I need to do this because it needs to look authentic. I hate it when you have videos where you actually see that the lip syncing is not made with voice. It just doesn't look right, or maybe it doesn't look right if you do not do it properly. I don't know. Anyway, I just prefer to do it properly and then sing along and scream along if needed. So yeah, everyone was deaf after this screaming part, which I did twice, I think, for the whole part. Sorry. Yeah, and then we're nearly done. So we have the 6:40. Yeah, it's just coming. So what you see now is actually the choir Stimmgewalt. So there were portrait in the pictures because, Max, do you remember why we did this?
Yeah, that's because of the strange thing, COVID. Yeah, there was no possibility to let Stimmgewalt come to our shots, so we have to improvise. And there was the idea from Ulli with pictures, and yeah, we also had to improvise on the shot, what to do with the pictures. First of all, we wanted to place the pictures somewhere else, I think. And then we decided to put them in the back on the drums, so they're included in the video and not a specific special thing.
Yeah. So if you have a close look at the drumming scenes, there's always Stimmgewalt in the background. You might not notice it if you do not pay attention to it, but there's always the picture hanging behind him. Also because there was a hole in the wall.
You can see it on the scene where you have postcard at the moment on the video.
Yeah, actually, yeah, here you can see it. So they're always behind us or with us, but yeah, there are actually 12 people. It would have been kind of impossible to do this during the pandemic, and also it was like just the very last part, so 12 people, and then you need to come from A to B, and yeah, anyway, and that was a quite nice solution, I think. Yeah, Blackbriar actually did the same with Ruben. They also put him onto the wall. This kind of a common thing, I don't know. It was just an idea we had, or I had, I don't even remember. And everyone was like, okay, it's kind of a thing we can deal with or work with. And yeah, and I think we're nearly done. This is the last part where I have this kind of breakdown thing, so let's have a look at that. So yeah, I think that's it. There was the scene I did for the story part, which is so intense, and I was so in character that I kind of broke down on set. Not just falling down or anything, but I was just so involved in an emotional way that it was very, very intense. And I think someone already also said that they had goosebumps or something, and I was really involved into that. And yeah, that was an intense experience all in all. Yeah, is there anything else we wanted to tell you, because there was a shitload of everything. Sorry, but there's really much to tell about this song, because there's the song and the video and everything, so I hope you're still with us. Blackbriar is here. Hi. We were just talking about you because you had the same idea with the picture, and Ruben, because you put him on the wall for the video, because we had the same problem with the choir. So yeah, Max, anything to add?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the video is a whole complete thing. There's a start point and the end point, and you have the red line through the video, and that was the point we did. We comment also on the video shot. You always told us there's a red line from start to beginning, and
so thread.
I think it's a very cool video. Yeah,
we're proud of it, and
yeah. If I remember, when we shot the video, the nerves were blank, and things, and
yes,
yeah, it was a very emotional thing for us all, I think. Yeah.
Also because of the topic, because I think everyone can relate. Kind of.
And when I remember how many kilometers I ran at this weekend, because there was a power line, and also there we had a power disruption, if you remember. At one point,
Yeah.
there was yeah, everything was dark.
Right. I almost forgot. Yes. We had this. So yeah, basically
Yeah,
technical
maybe.
problems all along.
Yeah,
But
technical problems all along, and so it's my job to technical
yeah, technic
problems.
guy, help us,
Yeah.
Max.
So yeah, I don't know how many feet, how many steps I did on this weekend, but there were enough.
Yeah. Just like a tracking would say 100,000 millions of steps or anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any questions left? Because I think we quickly need to go on with Rising of the Sun before our time is running out. Let's just quickly have a look at the chat if there's anything. Shameless promotion. Thank you, Maria. Right. Carlos had the question, who sings Danny's voice if he isn't there? We try to have him on stage as often as we can. If not, we'll just have it together with the orchestra, because we had the idea that someone from the band sings it, and then we just said, okay, this is kind of too far away from the original, and then we just said, okay, then let's do it like this. Dan writes, I always appreciate the behind the scenes stories of what went wrong. Those are horrible now, but funny later. Yeah.
Yeah, you said. Yeah. No, I don't want to sing.
Okay, now this
I
is
don't want
sign
to
Max
sing.
will sing.
No, you don't want to hear it.
Maybe they want to. Let
No,
the people
I know what I'm
decide.
speaking. I know what I'm speaking. Yeah, I had to do some backing vocals on other bands' songs, so and I decided not to sing. No.
Thomas is right. Danny will do the singing in Rüsselsheim, so come along in Rüsselsheim, the 2nd of April. So there we will have him on stage, and I'll join them as well, because we have the featuring together as well. So yeah, music for everyone, singing for everyone. Black Bear asked if he will join the show in Via. We haven't asked, but we should probably. We'll keep this in mind. Maybe it's possible. Okay, then let's quickly go on with Rising of the Sun and have some background music again, because I totally forgot about that. There we go with Rising of the Sun. Yeah, also trigger warning, mental problems. So if you do not want to listen to this, then please mute this stream. The fairy tale, which is based, which the song is based on. What is this? No, go away. Here we go, Rising of the Sun. Ha. The fairy tale is Rapunzel, but with a different focus and a different ending as well. And also the musical base is on a tritone. This is an interval, which sounds dissonant. So it basically sounds like, so this is really dissonant, and that is the very base of the musical side of the song. So it sounds dissonant, not harmonic, kind of unpleasant in the beginning, because the lyrics are dark and cold in the beginning, and they evolve to a warmer tone, and also warmer vocabulary actually later on, because in the beginning you have this cold and ice and everything, and then later on you have the warmth of the sun and stuff like that. And it's a very metaphorical song, in my very own interpretation, as I wrote the lyrics, which can be different to your interpretation. This is up to you. I just tell you my thoughts behind. The witch is representing mental problems in whichever variant you would like to see it in. Just would say mental problems, whatever it is. And then the tower is one's mind you're locked in. So these invisible bars, cold as ice, is means that one does not see the mental problems at first sight, which you would see with a broken leg, for example. So you do not see it, but yet they lock you inside. That is the point behind this line. And yeah, what I already said, this cold feeling in the lyrics, and then the warm feeling later on is also represented in the music. For example, in the beginning you have a waterphone. I think you do not know what waterphone is, but you've heard it if you've ever watched a horror movie. This is this creaky sound you have when something is unpleasant, when something is so someone has fear or anything. Then you mostly have a waterphone in there. If you are interested, then just look it up on YouTube, and you see and hear what this is. And we have a lot of this waterphone in the beginning in the orchestra. And I love this creaky sound to represent these invisible bars. So there's someone beating at the bars, beating at the waterphone in this case. And yeah, so Rapunzel distances herself from her loved ones. In the lyrics, it's her parents. And yeah, because of this witch, she distances herself. And in this variant, or in these lyrics, there's no one who comes to save her, because probably no one knows about her situation, brackets, mental situation. And she's between hope and bitterness. So she thinks, oh, someone comes. Oh no, it's just the wind. Then again, oh, there's someone coming to rescue me. And then there's the wind again. And this is why there's the line, the wind deceived me. And my first idea, along with the tritone kind of interval, was the course of emotions in this song. So it was hope, then disappointment, then hope again, then disappointment. And that should be represented in the lyrics and music, and I think it's gone pretty well, I would say. I hope this is what you think as well, but I think we did our very best with the whole band to represent this this whole situation. And yeah, she hopes that someone hears her. That's why she said, you heard my prayer. And she wants to be released from this nightmare, from this from this pain she has, or she's suffering from. And she does not see an escape from this tower, from this witch, from whatever she's in. And then in the middle part, she wants to end her life. So this is why she hangs herself by her own hair. You remember Rapunzel with the very long hair? And yeah, she hangs herself. And the moment when you hear the thunder, she's actually hanging from the ceiling. So this is a very dark and dramatic moment. And yeah, I didn't want to end it this way actually, because you could have done this as an ending and that's it. And it would be really depressing, and the message would be, okay, then whatever. So
there's no escape. Yeah,
there's no escape, and that was really dark, and I just didn't want to end the lyrics like this. And also, this hope springs eternal, so we needed to have this twist again to the hope. And you know, there's the soft piano part that follows, and this represents the new morning and the sunrise. So in the lyrics it says that the ceiling could bear her weight, and so she's still alive. And then she realizes that a new day has begun, and that she feels that the rising sun, which is the beauty of life, metaphorically speaking, that this is stronger than darkness and night, so stronger than the mental problems or the death, sorry. And the sentence, I am the key, means that basically things will get better when she takes the initiative to seek for help, not to handle this alone. Don't get this wrong. It just doesn't mean you need to follow this all by yourself or something. It just means that if you want to seek for help, if it comes out of you, then you will do it. You will find help. You will look for help, and there will be someone to help you. You are not alone, and this is basically the message. Then go get help, and yeah. So this is, you are the key, and then there will be a rising of the sun. Yeah, and though there are very dark passages, there's the hope that remains in the end. This is why it's listed by Hope Springs Eternal in this album. Better days will come, even if they are very dark ones. And yeah, do not give up. This is basically what it's all about. Yeah. So I hope this interpretation of mine or of ours gives you a bit insight, which again does not mean that you cannot interpret it otherwise. It's just one kind of interpretation or one way to interpret. I know there are bands that do not talk about their personal interpretation because I think it will influence the others. Yeah, well, I think it's kind of a style thing. I think it's great to hear, for me at least, to hear what bands had in mind when they wrote something. So yeah, that's it. I have. I have a note as well on Max. Maybe you want to talk about it. Der ziemlich wilde Übergang, wenn du noch weißt, was ich meine. There's a wild drum fill. Maybe Max can tell us about it.
Yeah, the wild drum fill. It's the drum fill after the completely after the slow part, after the
piano part,
piano part, and yeah, it was just yeah, we didn't play the song together. We only recorded it, and after that we played it together. So yeah, there was a recording day, and I thought, okay, let's do a drum fill, and I played it, and for me it was a good drum fill, and it sounds good, and for me it was the right thing at this, and yeah, then the whole band said, oh, what is this? It's much too fast. It doesn't fit, and yeah, it was a kind of
debate.
Too much at the beginning, and after yeah, when you heard it a few times, it fits very well, I think. Yeah, but also the drum fill, I recorded it, and now when we play the song together, maybe it goes the right round, maybe 1 or 5 times. So I have to train it more. I have
to
train
practice,
it.
Max. Go practice. Okay. Yeah. So that was in the beginning. It was really like, what did he do? And then we were like, okay, this is actually it is really cool, and we will keep it like that. So yeah. And now I really love this drum fill. Yeah. That was basically the very short version because we're running out of time of Rising of the Sun. So let's have another look at the chat. There's
a really
Thomas
good question.
Thomas said, I just contacted Danny concerning Vaya. He already replied, and he will have to check the date in his schedule. So let's see and keep fingers crossed. Yes, we will do. Do you think the sun will rise for the characters in the You Belong to Me storyline? That's a very good question.
That's a really good question. Yeah.
Max, what do you think?
No, I think our album is called Hope Springs Eternal, so for sure, the sun will rise again for these two who happily lived ever after.
Yeah, we will never know, but I hope for them that hope will. I hope for them that hope will be, you know, hope for everyone. Yeah, I hope that the sun will rise for them. Yes. Or at least for the princess that is caught in between these two worlds, that she can finally free herself, and also that the prince will finally understand what he did to her, and probably he will have a new day when he has understood and can become a better person, maybe. So yeah, let's hope for the very best. Ulla, thank you. She says, I love this meaning and explanations. Thank you for that song. You're welcome, everyone. Also, Anikita, hello, I met you in one of your collaborations with Blackbriar. So Blackbriar is also here if you haven't seen them. And I thought this girl's really talented. So now here I am, happy to hear this info explanations about your music, guys. It's pretty cool that you both do a stream like this. Yeah, so if you've missed the other ones, you can always look them up on Twitch. They are uploaded. So if you've missed one of them, just check them out later on.
There also was a question if you want to, or if we have planned to upload this video from Twitch to YouTube as well. Maybe we can do this.
Actually, no plans, because we wanted this to keep this on Twitch and then use YouTube for other videos of ours. So let's see. At the moment, there's no plan, but if there's kind of a necessity to do that, maybe we will. But yeah, for the moment, we'll stay on Twitch. I'm glad you didn't keep the backstories to yourself. Yes, where too? Because there's so much background to it, may it be lyric-wise, may it be instrumental information, or some information about the riffs, or the drum fills, or whatever. There's so much to tell you, and we thought it's time to do so. We actually wanted to do this beforehand, but then something was just always in between, and we didn't do it, and now it was like, okay, now we need to do it. There's another question. Max, maybe you can read it out.
Yeah, do you have more Twitch streams planned for the future? I think, yeah, today in the morning we wrote something and we discussed something in the band for the next Twitch video. So
yeah, there's something coming up.
I think there will become more.
Not every Sunday, actually, but
No.
now and then we will try to do these Twitch streams to keep you updated, or to give you background information, whatever, because there's something new coming up soon, but more information tomorrow. Yeah, so now we know already. And yeah, so if you have any questions left, then yay for new. So if you have any questions left, then leave them now, or ask them now for Rising of the Sun. Otherwise, yeah, we are done with this series of behind the songs for the album. Looking forward to this something new. Conspirational. Thomas, something new? Doesn't even know. What's wrong with our bass player? He's kind of forgetting things.
Next weekend behind the songs of the EP.
Actually, no, but something different. Something newer than the EP. Yeah. I think I'll just cite, thank you for all the Sundays. I'll cite this from the chat, and ja, ich weiß doch, Thomas, ist doch gut. Thomas is just joking around. Yeah, Max, any final words before we end the stream?
Yeah,
no, God, please leave me alone.
Let me sleep.
Tired all the time.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining our stream, and it was quite fun. Yeah, this is the first stream I did in my lifetime. Yeah, yeah. In the past, I only did radio streams, but no video streams. So
here we have the beautiful faces. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so see you, and bye-bye, and stay tuned. Tomorrow you'll have something coming up on social media, so be prepared to watch out. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.